together in London to record a new version of the Band Aid hit, Do They Know It's Christmas? It's hoped it'll raise more than £1 million for the famine victims.
There were chaotic scenes as some 30 pop stars gathered to create Band Aid 2, 5 years after the original version raised nearly £70 million. This time, Kylie Minogue and Jason Donovan are the big names. Bob Geldof is staying behind the scenes, though it was his idea.
The pathetic thing is that we still have to resort to pop music to raise the issue. If the only thing that stimulates people is seeing a bunch of pop singers singing a rather dodgy song, then it's kind of, like I said in 1984, it's a sorry way to operate.
But all those in the recording studio today were convinced they could rekindle public sympathy and raise more money for the starving in Ethiopia.
No, kind of like a Jewish otter.
Okay. Let's talk about the Delinquents show. It's on show tonight.
Yeah.
Whole world will be there. Are you nervous about it?
Yeah, I'm very nervous. Someone was just reading me the guest list, and it's safe to say I'm a little panicked right now.
You're a little panicked?
Yeah.
I thought Americans could cope with stress well.
Oh, they cover it up well.
Where's Carrie when you need him?
Okay, let's have a look at a clip from the Delinquents. This is a show that's starting tonight, opening tonight in Britain, and then be all around in the following weeks. The Delinquents.
Tried to find you. Looked everywhere.
So hard, Brownie.
Got a fever. So, she's a friend of yours?
Yeah, she helped me get this job.
Before that? I mean, what'd you do to eat?
Try and talk some of them into buying dinner for us. Well, you do what you can, don't you? Look, I drink them under the table. Is that what you want to know?
No, what I want to know is
I
why...
know what you want to know. You've got no business asking if you're not here.
Clip there from the Delinquents. Do you find it funny watching yourself?
Yeah.
I find it funny watching her, actually, more than that.
Yeah, right.
Before we get into the stories surrounding it, we've already exploded some of those, but in many ways it's a big break for you, isn't it, Kylie? Because you weren't actually typecast, but you were associated with Neighbours and with music.
Yeah.
But you started as an actress, and this is you doing your thing.
I'm sure there'll be a few people that will be quite shocked with it, you know, because it's not me. And a lot of people are saying, well, what are you doing in the movie? And I keep having to say, it's not me, it's a character, you know.
You mentioned the word shock. Let's just deal with that quickly. There were stories, weren't there, that because you were Kylie, because you'd starred in a thing like Neighbours, you were considered an example to the young. Do you actually feel that you've offended anybody? Do you feel that you've offended the young?
No, God, not at all. I mean, this movie is about young people, and I think they're going to love it. It's about, you know, rebelling. I don't know if parents are going to like it, but no, certainly not. And I mean, I can't go forever being scared to step out. I have to move on, and I thought that was a really the right step to take.
I suppose one of the things, Giles has mentioned it before, I mean, you look young, don't you?
Yeah.
Your looks don't help you in that sense, that you still look, well...
He's trying to be awfully polite.
No, what's the polite age? I don't know.
No, when I'm
But you know
40
what
and
I'm
I look
saying,
30.
You know what I'm saying, don't you?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if it represents a breakaway, is that the direction you think you might go, Kylie? That just more and more films as opposed to music?
Yeah, I mean, I want to do different films. I'd love to do a comedy next. So that's a complete different step again. I mean, I like to go off in different directions.
Don't you ever want to step off the bandwagon completely?
Yeah, well, it's Christmas soon. I'll have a holiday.
I mean, is that your idea of heaven?
Well,
just to take a day off, just to have nobody looking at you, no cameras pointed at you?
Yeah, that's really nice. It's nice to be home and just, you know, just potter around the house. Or
Where is home? Not asking for the name, for the address, but where is it? Where do you live?
Melbourne, yeah.
But it always rains in Melbourne, doesn't it? According to
It
Neighbours.
doesn't. Melbourne has such a bad reputation.
But it's always raining in Neighbours.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it always looks cold in Neighbours. It always looks as if you're freezing.
We were.
Even on
Thermals.
the beach, when you were doing the beach scenes, you always look
Well, yeah,
shivering
if
and
you're doing
miserable.
beach scenes, it has to be really cold. I mean, you have to freeze that day.
You know there's a bit of a tussle going on now, isn't there, between Home and Away on one channel and Neighbours on the other. What are the ratings in Australia at the moment? How are those two doing?
I honestly don't know. I haven't spent much time there, but my sister's working in Home and Away now. So that's great.
But everybody seems to cross over, don't they, from one to the other?
Yeah, it's fairly inbred.
Yeah, it's strange because you play it spot to the actor or the actress in a lot of the series, because we get all of them over here. We get Prisoner in Cell Block H, and they say, there's that woman that was in that one and that one and that one. It's all the different characters all sort of crossing over. It's good. Were you, Charlie, Charlie, I was going to talk to Charlie. They were all talking away to Kylie. You, talking about music with you very earlier on, you were in a band, weren't you?
Oh yeah,
A long time ago.
I've been in many bands.
Yeah. What made you sort of get into that and leave it behind, or are you still interested
I
in
left
that?
it because I was pretty much terrible at it, and so I needed to find a career that would support myself.
Yeah.
So no, I guess my first passion has always been music, though, and it's always kind of been in the family. And
We do a great version of Copacabana, don't
you
we?
know, I wrote that down last night, so we got to talk about Lola. Yes,
Do you do any singing in the film at all?
No, thank God.
Can you do, what's this, come on.
No, we
You know,
need to be in Charlie's trailer and spare
Can't
the
you
It was a
imagine
very
yourself in
spontaneous
Charlie's
thing
trailer?
that happened one day listening to Copacabana by Barry Manilow.
We had the Barry
Yeah.
Manilow CD on, and
Worked out a whole little dance there, and actually it was funnier the first time than the second time, and now it's just
third
probably,
time.
probably pathetic now if you saw it. So
I mean, you said you were nervous about all these, for instance, the premiere tonight. You weren't always nervous. Didn't you appear in Oliver when you were very young to impress the girl in your life then?
yes, I did.
And you simply appeared in it just to impress the girl in your life?
Yeah.
And did it impress the girl in your life?
No, it didn't at all. Actually, I guess it did. I mean, and then we had our little 7th grade relationship, which lasted for about
What, you mean
5
it's a
days.
poor relationship, a 7th grade relationship?
What's
Or you
that?
mean it was in the 7th grade?
Yes,
Ah,
it was in
fine.
7th grade.
What age were you in the 7th grade? 'Cause I don't know.
God,
that.
was I 13, I guess.
Oh, I see. It's quite young,
Yeah.
quite young. And was that you getting into acting first?
But I still
of all?
look the same, actually, which is sad.
You do. You look very
You
boyish.
do look very young.
But I have gone through
Depressing.
puberty since this film, so I just think everyone should know that.
I don't believe it for a minute.
I tell you, in your life, you met some people, and the name that really springs to me is George Burns. Now,
Oh,
meeting him, it must have been something else.
Yeah, that was, to me, that was pretty much hitting an early pinnacle in a career, you know. He was probably the most fantastic human I've ever worked with. And,
In what way,
just the
Charlie?
most giving person. You know, the one thing that was so great about George was that he was so unjaded by the business, and it's so refreshing to see someone like that, especially in Hollywood. You know, someone 93 years old who actually gets up in the morning and enjoys what he does.
Is he 93?
93 years old. He was 91
incredible.
when we made the movie.
Is he still smoking
Playing
those cigars?
81, which is,
Does
yeah.
he still smoke those cigars all the
And
time?
actually, he smokes the cheapest cigars. He smokes these cigars that are about $0.10 a piece, which is, I guess, about, what does that equal? 10 cents.
I don't know how he gets away with it.
Yeah.
How can he it's incredible. Isn't it? Did he offer you advice? I mean, I know it's a corny question.
Yeah,
that,
no, it's not a corny question. He never actually sat me down and said, look, kid, here's some advice about, you know, life or whatever. It's more like the advice that I got from him was just stuff that, just from watching him on the set and how he operates and how he handles his life, and it just gives you something really to look forward to.
He's one of those, I think we can call him an actor as well, can't we? He's one of those actors that have got the confidence to
yeah.
just slow things up and
Yeah.
just take his own pace.
Yeah, he's an Academy Award winner also, which was...
Talking of advice, Kylie, I mean, so much has happened to you so fast. Was there advice that you wish you hadn't listened to, and advice that you've treasured throughout your life so far?
Gosh.
Treasured all the
And what kind of advice
Yeah,
did you
well,
follow
Charlie,
yourself?
I'm a much better person since I met you, Charlie.
You know, it
I
happens.
Oh,
We just met this morning. We still. I guess a really good piece of advice. I don't even know who told me, but I'm not even sure how it goes. But only to value the opinions of people that matter to me. You know, and that's something that I've learned. You know, coping with like the press and criticism and all that kind of stuff over the past 3 years. But I mean, there's a lot of things I've done wrong. People think I've kind of just everything I've touched has turned to gold. But you know, and the things that I kind of regret and look back on with embarrassment. You
What
know,
kind of things would you?
Well,
be
I'm not going to bring them up.
They're too embarrassing.
But you know, I'm glad that they've happened because it's all part of growing up and
But
learning.
your music career's been really successful. It's been brilliant.
Yeah.
How did all that start?
Well, Neighbours days, and then, I mean, it sounds like a real kind of pop fairy tale. Someone came up to me and said, "That was great. You should record that." I said, "Oh, okay," and I did.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's really gone. It's happened very quickly, but it's happened gradually.
You know, we got Harold and Madge from Neighbours on Friday. Now,
Yeah.
they're apparently the biggest pop stars ever now, aren't they?
Are they?
No. You know they're producing a record?
Have I?
You know they're producing a record, don't you?
I heard that. Isn't it out?
It is, I think
Yeah.
it is. It's a
Yeah.
Christmas record. Christmas record.
We will say.
I haven't heard it myself.
We will say for the purpose of security, it's going to be a huge hit.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah.
We better.
So, Ian and Anne, I guess they're still in the
Yeah,
country.
I'm sure they are,
I say
actually.
good morning. Anne's probably having a cup of tea.
Actually, I'm sure there's one thing you don't miss. That's a very hectic schedule they've got on that programme, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's, what, 6 days a week? Five?
5 days,
But it's long.
yeah. And I mean, it was really different doing a film. It was great. It was like chalk and cheese doing a series and a film. And I mean, they have such a constant pressure doing Neighbours. But with a film, it's like really intense pressure, especially working with Charlie.
That must be terrible working with Charlie. You know, we have had so many phone calls to you, Kylie, about Give Us a Wave, and some, it must be said, to Charlie.
Yep.
So that there's so many, you just can't do them individually. So I think let's just do one wave to everybody out there and hello who's phoned in today. There are about 50 phone calls we've had. Can you just wave?
Who are we waving
That
to?
one.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
Royal.
Good to know you.
That was good. You've got that. That's very
What was
good.
that about?
Well, good luck with the Delinquents.
Collins.
Yeah.
Thank
The
you very
public
much.
will make their own mind up.
Yeah, it's released on Boxing Day.
Released on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
Actually, okay. Charlie, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Maybe enjoy your stay in Britain.
Ah,
Don't get
thanks.
too nervous.
Okay, I won't.
Not many of us bite.
I'm going to bring Carrie with me.
And
when we
Kylie, you
do
know all about us
Castle.
anyway.
Yeah,
Good to see you again. And enjoy a good Christmas in sunny Australia.
Sure.
I will.
Or rainy Melbourne.
Come on.
Give us a break, she said.